Welcome back to Roohani JustuJu. It's certainly a space where we come together to reflect on the grace of Guruji, share some heartfelt experiences, and connect with the deeper truths that guide our lives. Today is extra special as we mark the 20th episode of our journey together. In honor of this milestone, I'm joined not by one, but two beautiful souls. Conversation brings us a unique energy, three voices, three perspectives, and one shared devotion. Each of us carries stories, experiences that, like pieces of a puzzle, come together to form a fuller picture of Guruji's love and teachings. Through laughter, reflection, and gratitude, may this episode remind us that the path of spirituality is even more enriching when walked in Sangat together as one. Welcome, Anita Aunty and Bamby Aunty. Both need no introduction. How are you both?
Nice to be here. Thank you. Thank you for having us again.
Yes, nice to have you both. Such a pleasure. All right, so for the purposes of our conversation today, why don't we start on a lighter note by recapping the most, I want to say, comical or lighter moments spent with Guruji? क्योंकि आंटी मुझे लगता है that मजाक में भी गुरुजी के साथ तो बहुत सीख है.
Yes, I agree. So, would Bambi like to go first? Or?
Anyone?
There are a lot of little magical moments, but some moments just stay with you. And initially, when we had gone to Jalandhar, then Guru Sahib Ji had this habit of saying "moto," and he said "moto aa gayi, moto beja." He'll call me Moto, and I was skinny at that time, and I'll go, "Guruji, I'm not Moto," and he'll look at me and they go, "Moto and Moto." I would be like, okay. And I looked at one auntie sitting next to me, very few people, like 2-3 people, and we are just sitting next to the treatment room. And auntie would say, ये प्यार से बोल रहे हैं, ये प्यार से बोल रहे हैं आपको Moto. हाँ जी, हाँ जी, हाँ जी. Then when Guruji came to Empire State, from Moto, it turned into Kanjar.
I've heard that.
Not for me, but for everyone.
In
Kanjar
general,
aa
yeah,
gaya, Kanjar sir kha gaya. So I remember ਕੁਝ ਚੰਗਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਵਿੱਚ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਇੱਥੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੱਲੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਨਾ ਬੋਲਿਆ ਕਰੋ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਕੰਜਰ ਸਿਰ ਖਾ ਗਿਆ ਮੇਰਾ ਕੰਜਰ ਇਹ ਉਹ so it's something that kind of it's the sweetness and the beauty and now it is rather cute. Okay, so it's a memory. It's a very fond memory of Guru Sahib
beautiful
that I
and
talk about.
Anita Aunty, anything that you recollect?
Yeah, I do actually. He had these abbreviations. And these abbreviations were absolutely hilarious. Kitho I get greater clash, acha gutter clash. And then Kitho I Noida, acha no idea. So one day I was writing he said wedding cards, like envelope, in your calligraphy. So I was writing Mrs. and Mr. in my writing. And then he said, Badi soni writing hai teri. मैंने कहा thank you Guruji. हाँ तेरी India with best writing कर दी. Imagine, because he knew I was teaching calligraphy. And then he said, थिल्ले की लिखे wedding card दे. I said, Guruji RSVP. He said, अदा की मतलब होता है? मैंने अपनी फ्रेंच मारनी शुरू कर दी. हाँ मैंने कहा गुरुजी रिपोंडे सी बुपले कहती कमली तेनू कुछ नहीं पता रोंगे सारे ब्याह तो पिछो. So this, I mean, he used to say it so casually and so nonchalantly, and yet there was so much depth of humor. And he taught us how to really find humor in everything. I think, he knew that in today's world where seriousness has taken over, it's a very truly a difficult time, I feel, that we're living in today. I think we all seek the humor in every situation. And now, honestly, like I'll just give you an example. I used to love watching these true stories, on Netflix. Used to love watching them. I used to find them educational. And now I look for something light, comical,
Right.
romantic,
Always.
because it's just, there's enough seriousness going on around the world. And what
Absolutely.
Guruji said, maritime, I think we're living in the thick of it. Even today, I heard something ghastly happening in UK with a 20-something girl by,
Oh God.
two white men, boys rather, who completely raped her and said, go back to your country. So this nationalism is taking over the whole world.
Oh my.
We hear about it in America, racism, we hear about it in UK. It's, so I feel that Guruji's teachings back then are relevant today, most
Mm.
pertinent today. Where he's taught us, now you keep yourself light, stay positive, and laugh as much as you can. Because seriousness is going to become a way of life. Even if you want to laugh, sometimes you think, but what am I laughing about? Everywhere you look, there's crime, there's ghastly
Yeah.
experiences happening. Even closer to home, people are falling sick. So you don't understand what's going on. But it is the times that we're living in where humor has become absolutely imperative to hold on to.
Indeed.
How about
Uh,
you?
oh, in terms of something memorable,
Yeah.
I don't know, Bambi Auntie, I'm sure you are able to recollect this. Because हमारी शादियों के time you played a very active role.
Uh-huh.
And and how much Guruji would always say, especially when he would look at me, ते और फिर आ गई है मुंडा फसा ले ब्याह करा ले. Like,
Yes.
like
And
what?
I swear I used to think ये बड़ी तेज है. गुरुजी बोलते हैं मुंडा फसा ले मुंडा फसा ले. And I
Yeah,
asked your
I was
father,
like,
he
"क्या
says कोई
वाला
मुंडा है ही
matter?
नहीं.
Let me be." And he would always say that. और एक बार तो सॉलिड वो मैच मेकिंग भी करा दी कि फलाने के बेटे के साथ हार एक्सचेंज करो और एंड आई एम नॉट गोना नेम देम because now I'm in touch with that guy most recently
Okay.
just through satsangs.
Yeah.
And it was so embarrassing because he would always say time and again, I think 3 बार उन्होंने रिपीट किया होगा कि हार पुआओ सिंपल तो शादी करा लो. और जब भी वो मेंशन करते थे तो द बॉय की साइड की फैमिली, आई नेवर सीन द बॉय नेवर सीन मी, बट वो चुप कर जाते थे. Apparently he had a girlfriend or whatever, but it
Mm.
never worked out. But sometimes Guruji would just randomly say things and God knows उन चीजों का क्या मतलब होता था. But I remember my face used to change color. It's like, what is he saying?
No, but he used to do that with Raman auntie, Dimple auntie's sister. So Guruji got her married to, I don't know, to a bus driver, conductor, a bus driver, then an electrician. Acha, and
Really?
auntie was such a huge devotee of Guru Sahib Ji that she would get the whole trousseau ready every time.
Hmm. Hmm.
And it was like Guruji ने यहाँ बोल दिया है. And end moment पे Guruji, whether they met the boy or not, end moment पे Guruji used to just break that whole रिश्ता. मतलब जो भी इनका जो भी लेना देना और रिश्ता that meant was happened or कर्ज, let's just say it's कर्ज, okay.
Yeah. Hmm.
And Guruji just finished by just saying it. So I know with Raman, it was done quite a few times, and
Hmm.
this is what Auntie made me understand. I said, Auntie, how can you? He says, no, Guruji knows best. And उन्होंने किया तैसे कर रहे हैं. Though in the end, when she got married from my house only.
Okay.
So it was me, my house, the dolly went from. So Sati in my house. So whatever it is, बोल के भी Guruji खत्म कर देते थे. This is what I understood from Auntie.
Right. Okay. Yeah, clearly there's a reason in everything he
Oh, yes.
said, whether he said in a lighter vein or whatever. There is a big meaning, whether we understand it or we don't.
Yeah.
There is something behind that.
Yeah, nothing was
So,
random. Nothing was
Haji,
Anita,
right.
can I continue from something that you said, which is, there's so many realizations coming now after so many
Hmm.
years about Guru Sahib Ji, about what Guru Sahib Ji said. So Guru Sahib Ji used to say this sentence, "Jo jithe ta hai, uthe pahunchega." Oh, mera kam hai, or something like that. So I always thought it was spiritually because Guruji always used to say, "Main Rab nu milan aaya." Okay. So I used to think whoever your Ish Devta is or whoever your soul belongs to, that you will be elevated from inside to such a level that you would be in that fold again. Okay. But when I look at what all is happening today, I am reminded of another time when Guru Sahib Ji got us prepared to shift to Spain, then to Singapore, then to Canada, then to America, Spain, one more country. I mean, we went through processes because Guruji wanted us to shift. And then and nothing happened. I am still here. I'm still in Delhi. I'm still in India. And what happened was one day in Empire State, Guruji said to Sudha Aunty, कि उत्थे कुछ नहीं है, उत्थे सब कुछ खत्म हो जाना है, इत्थे ही सब कुछ है. And then he looked at me. You know how Guruji had that habit of way of talking where he would address a topic with somebody else, but then Guruji would look at you and then you would say,
कहीं
okay,
पे निगाहें, कहीं पे निशाना.
exactly. Okay. So I guess it was for me that, okay, you are going through this process or whatever, but you are going to be coming back here. And today I feel, yes, that maybe that sentence made more than just a spiritual connection. Maybe that sentence also means people shifting back to their various countries for safety, literally. So I feel, and I could be wrong, but I'm just putting this forward because there are so many realizations coming that I can't understand that. Why did I not see it put 2 and 2 together and make it into 4 instead of 7? So this is another thing that has been really bothering me, that today I'm putting forward that I think okay, let's just say Guruji said the system of education will fail, marriage will fail. That happened while Guruji was there. It started failing then. Then Guruji said the system of education will fail, and that happened in my house itself. Noor is homeschooled. Okay. Third, Guruji said the system of government will fail, which you can see happening all over the world. Then Guruji said gold and silver coins that will become the form of money. And now in America, don't remember which state, but one of the state has put forward a petition that gold and silver coins should be the currency. I didn't think it'll happen in my lifetime. I used to tell my bachas ke ye suno Guruji ne ye bola hai. I never thought in my lifetime I will see all this. But it's happening. It's unnerving. It's happening. Guruji said the earth will start vibrating on a higher frequency and a lot of people will die because Mother Earth is like, I don't know which place is safe. So it is everything that Guruji said. But at the same time, Guruji said कि जो सुखमनी साहिब का पाठ करेगा, जो शिव पुराण पढ़ेगा, जो मैनू याद रखेगा, will be safe. And so when I see these storms and these videos of various floods and everything, I look for houses, I look for people. I look for people who Mother Earth, who Guruji has saved. That yes, out of all that, there are people who are getting saved. There are people who are moving out. I think I just turned the whole conversation into a very serious conversation.
No, all for a reason.
But this has been really on my mind that, that yes, people are getting saved. There is he will keep his vachan, and yes.
Anita, Aunty, anything to add to that?
I think, again, just to extend on what Bamby is saying, that when he said Mara time Mara, we're in the thick of it now. There's no doubt about it. We're in the thick of that Gaur Kalyug that he used to mention. Ke pani aayega. Look at the floods that happened a few weeks ago. The earth is literally on fire. It started with the LA fires this year. I have to share a small satsang while we're at it. So this morning, I had a fire in the house. Okay, it was in the building downstairs, and it was crazy. So basically, I got up in the morning, and there was no electricity. So normally, when the electricity goes, the generator comes on immediately. So 5-10 minutes passed. So I told my maid, I said, something is amiss. You go down and check what's going on. She said, no, maybe they're just putting fuel in the generator and it's taking time. I said, no, this has never happened. She went down and my garage was in flames. The electricity board was literally on fire and the flames were coming towards her. So if she had not reached in time and the servant from downstairs had not reached in time, the entire building would be on fire.
Oh my God.
So how Guruji minimizes our karmas, like you said, 90% mein apne te lalana, 10% like a prikabinito. But in this year, if you notice, we've been hearing a lot of fire incidences. And, today we became a victim of the fire incident. Now, coming back to what Bamby said, that he used to send people abroad. He used to always say,
Yeah.
and for me, he specifically said, Tenu Dilli di hawa. Bambi will remember this also probably.
Yes.
He said,
Very
Tenu Dilli di awaaz suit nahi karti, to baar reha kar. And then very casually and very like he used to say, looking the other way, but end which the sada India hi vadiya hoega.
है ना?
And he said that. He said, tu baar reha kar, very specific. And then he looked away and very casually, like he used to, in his very innocent and gentle tone, he said, but end with sada India vadiya hoega. And that
बिल्कुल
end,
हमें
I
डाल दिया ना।
feel, yeah, no, that end in the sense, Aarti, I think, like for me, being born and bred in England and hearing all the chaos that's going on UK,
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of daunting. My two brothers live there. I've just come back from there. And the racism is like literally it's on fire. And
Yeah.
there's so much
Very correct.
intolerance now.
Yeah.
So much
There's a lot of
intolerance.
hate. There's a
So much
lot of
hate crimes
Yeah.
and intolerance, hatred, nationalism. I mean, we're going back in time. It's like being in a regressive society. We're not being progressive in life. We're being regressive.
I
And
agree.
I think, it's honestly, it's like, man is against man. It's just crazy. There's no humanity. There's no empathy.
It's very sad.
People are
very
filled
sad.
with apathy. We don't care what's happening to the neighbor. There
Yeah.
is no compassion.
Yeah.
And what two things that Guruji said, ke daya rakho manch, which again has become relevant today. No matter what, you have to sit for 1 minute and pray for those victims. Whatever victims they are. Like today, there was a Sikni girl. Bambi must have had read the news, about this 20. She was in her 20s going to work in UK. And she was raped by 2 white men. I mean, it's crazy. But this is our reality today. So therefore, we must pray. Like Guruji used to say, na, Sarbat Dabala Mango.
Yes. Sarbat Dabala.
Pray for others. It's so important. Because, we become very self-absorbed and selfish as humans. And I think it's important to just sit for a minute and really pray for humanity. We're all part of it. So I think, in the end, when he said, Sada India Vadiya, today, I actually feel relatively safer, I think, in India only.
Yep, that's true.
That's
the same for me.
I don't know. The woman I've never felt
everywhere.
safe in India. Like the kind of safety and independence and freedom that I feel here, with all due respect, like so far at least, I haven't felt that in India. But that's how I personally feel.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. There are
Everybody
aspects.
goes through their own things, Aarti,
Yeah.
and it's not like what we are saying is happening tomorrow. What conditions or situations happen that causes certain things? It's just that one should keep an open mind.
No, and I
The
do
way
agree
things
that
are,
overall,
and
I
the
think it's
things are
very sad
all over the
today.
world. It's not just one place. It is all over the world. Where you look at Australia, you look anywhere else, everywhere Indians are getting targeted. And at the same time, you'll see India is rising. Guruji had said na कि
सोने दी
थल्ले
चिड़िया
तो
बनी।
ओटो तक मेरा बंदा होएगा. So yes, India has to rise, and India has to become the place which Guruji
Right.
has ordained.
So, in hopeless times like these, besides, of course, the overarching theme is pray, what else can we do to cope with times like these where we feel like we are putting in all the effort, we're doing all the right things, and still, we feel dejected? How do we cope with this? Because this has been like a standing question that I keep getting from somebody or the other on a daily basis.
Can I answer that?
Yeah.
How I'm coping with it. I feel that Guruji has given us, each of us, the power to reframe every situation, to reframe our thinking.
Uh-huh.
So when we are dipping and we're becoming negative, it's very easy to become negative, right? Because the collective consciousness is negative, right?
Mhm.
So when we are affected by that, we need to reframe our thinking and switch from negative to positive. Yes, prayer is one of them. Of course, we know the obvious. Read the Shipran, listen to the mantra jap, keep your vibration up. But I also feel shifting your attitude and your energy by just getting ready and going out for that coffee with a dear friend, or reading a good book, or going for a walk, which we don't have the luxury of doing outdoor here in Delhi. You do, with the fresh air you have. So there's always pros and cons in every country, right? But we have this ability to just, at the drop of a hat, say, hey, let's meet for coffee, or go for a good, feel good movie, or do something feel good, engage in a creative activity, read a
On
feel good
that
book.
note, depression is on the rise, Auntie. And
Depression
when
is on the
you're
rise.
depressed, you don't feel like watching a movie. You know what I'm saying? You don't feel like having that coffee. And that's what, it's called that deadly quicksand, because you feel like you're quickly sinking. And while you know and understand that these options exist, you're just not able to execute on those.
See, you do feel
Yes.
immobilized, but I feel
Yeah.
that when you take that first step
Right.
towards wanting to be okay, then God help those who help themselves, right?
Got it.
I
I think
just feel, yeah, I think you have to take that first, most difficult step, which is the first step. And then I feel God takes. So, especially since we are connected to Guruji, I think He sees our efforts. Mehnat meri, रहमत तेरी, right? It comes back to that. So, mehnat karo, और रहमत वो करेंगे. Right? So it's important to take that. And that first step is always the hardest, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you feel immobilized with, sadness or dejection,
Right.
or hopelessness.
Bambi, Auntie?
Well, um, how we have coped with it, because we've gone through. The first step for us was to truly believe that whatever was happening in our life is because Guruji has ordained it.
Mhm.
The second step was to understand what we are being taught. So everybody's life has patterns. Basically, this is a school at the end of the day, if you look at it roughly. And the thing is that you are given a lesson, and maybe it's just your reaction to it that is going to be tested. And when you know that, okay, I should perhaps, like, okay, me, I lose my cool. Okay, I'm a bit hot-headed. So though I'm taught that, which uh, Santanu Singh taught me, that before you say, just count three. So I was laughing when you guys were telling me that. Because he said, I told him I get angry. How do I control? He says, count three before you start saying what you have to say. And there are a lot of times where I skip that step because I don't have the patience to wait. I want to give my piece. But you see, when that test comes back again, it comes back harder. When that test comes back again, it becomes harder till I reach a point where I have to actually, I have learned actually to, okay, hold back and then. And so is it, it is with everything, everything. Believe that wherever you are, in whatever situation you are, it is a karmic point and it is something you and Guruji have decided. So Guruji has allowed you to be there. B, how you handle the situation is up to you and you're deciding. C, do not demand. That mango nahi na, is actually very important. Because when you mango, you're holding on to something. You're saying, Guruji, I want, Guruji, I want, Guruji, I want. Okay. And that want actually gives you so much pain, because I want a certain thing. So you want a certain thing, so you're disillusioned, so you're disappointed, so you're depressed. Well, I want chhod ke bolo, chalo Guruji, let me see where you want to take me. Let me see where you are. Let me see anywhere where you are, I would be willing to go. Try that. It's not easy. All of us are human. It's not easy. I will not say I have mastered it, but I do go through, oh, damn. Okay. And then I'll say, okay, let me just hold back and let me see, how am I supposed to act? How am I supposed to be? What is Guruji wanting out of a situation? I know it might sound too Guruji type, but there have been times in my life that have been so bad that I didn't know how to spend the next moment. I didn't know how to move from this moment to the next.
Right.
Okay. And those things help me. And Anita's very right. The moment you start breathing for yourself, okay, not because so and so has said, I will think this, so I must go and show my face. I mean, today I really give a damn about everybody else except my family. So the day you start breathing for yourself is the day you will allow yourself to live. Before that I want and what will people say is going to kill you.
Yeah.
Get over those two and you can breathe. Or put them on the side as much as you can. And just let life flow now. It's already very tough. The world is tough. You look left, there's suffering. You look right, there's suffering.
You look within their suffering. You look around their suffering.
No, there is no suffering within. How can you say that?
No, I mean, our stresses become our suffering. I'm talking at a very superficial level.
So you have to
Yeah.
do this. This is where your stress is, and this is where Guruji is inside you. You cannot let stress come in by Guruji.
Yeah.
So you do your whatever job you want to do. Okay. There's a big thing about that also now. Okay, you do that inside, and you have to let whatever that suffering stress is not enter that space. So you cannot be, Aarti, you cannot be. That's it.
Yeah.
You have to say
And
that space is his,
fundamentally, I
and that's
agree.
it.
Fundamentally, I agree, but I also acknowledge the fact that it's easier said. And by me, I
It's very
personally
hard.
don't mean me.
I
I am
understand.
speaking from a place where, most recently, not too long ago, I want to say yesterday, I got a DM from this person that, oh, I'm suicidal and I don't want to live. I don't even know that person. I stopped my work, my jaw dropped, and I took the time to respond to that person. I was like, and what makes you think that committing suicide will make it better for you? Do you have that guarantee?
Yes,
Like,
I also get texts which I cannot reply to, which I
yeah,
actually pray ke Guru Sahib Ji, what am I supposed to say to this person?
like my
I don't
skin was
have the
crawling
experience or the
when I was
knowledge.
reading that.
I don't have the experience or knowledge to even handle
Yeah,
such a person. I mean, I am not a, I mean,
yeah,
whatever
we're
I
not
do,
God. I
no,
agree. I agree.
no.
I agree.
I
But
know I don't personally mean to attack you. I'm just saying that this is a
oh,
space
no, no,
that has to
not
be,
at all.
that has to be, uh, that you have to create for Guruji within you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's because you're then what Guruji said used to say when he took out the Bij mantra to me was that uthte, baithde, chalde, sonde,
Hmm.
e paath karo. So
Hmm.
then that means some part of your body or mind you have to, and it is a koshish. It is not like
Yeah.
it is a koshish. It stops you bring, it stops you bring it. I mean, you have to understand that it is also his blessing. It is your mehnat, like Anita said, and his blessing to start that.
And this also I know for a fact, and I know this firsthand, and this I'm speaking from a place of I, is that I certainly believe that our soul is meant to learn certain lessons.
Yeah.
And till the time we actually embrace and learn those lessons, those situations keep manifesting themselves again and again and again. And that has happened. So there is no if and but about this. This really happens.
Patterns.
Yeah.
Patterns.
So,
And it's never ending. Somebody asked me, does Guruji ever stop testing? And I said, no. No, he's never satisfied. He is always wanting to do or teach you something or make your soul progress. If it's not this chapter that's gotten over, then it's the next chapter, what you start. There's always learning happening. And sometimes we don't even realize we've learned something. And when you look back and say, oh, yeah, that is the change in my personality. That's come through.
if it's all karmic and he's the puppeteer and we're the puppets, why does he make us do all this?
No, like, when he had once made me listen to this kirtan of this thief who puts some he goes to a king's place and he steals some jewels from there and puts it in front of the Panditji who had blessed him, "Ki, "Aa, jao, your day will be good." So basically, when the Panditji got caught and Yogi got caught and the king's staff put him suli pe chada diya, so he also wondered what happened. How come this I came to? And he learned that this was something I did years back when he was a child. कि कीड़े को उन्होंने तंग किया था as a paying for the sins. So then I said to Guruji, कि I do not know that what I've done. And physically baat hui hai कि I do not know what I've done in my last janam or the janams before. So how can I know what I've done wrong?
Right.
You know. So then Guruji said that you sit with God and decide whose cards you're going to pay, who's going to be your partner, who's going to be your children, how you're going to go about it. If you choose X and you have only 3 times in your life where you make karmic decisions, huge karmic, not the small, but the huge karmic decisions that actually turn your soul around. So in these 3 times, if you choose X, then your life is written according to X. If you choose Y, your life is written according to Y. So it is we who sit with God to decide what we want and what we are going to learn, as you say, or get over, what fear we're going to get over, or what requirements are there for our souls. We do it with Guruji. And Guruji, we are very fortunate to have Guruji. Can you imagine? I can't even tell you when Natasha passed away, I felt there was no hope. And the only hope was Guruji. Guruji would send somebody every day, somebody with news for years, not just few days, for years. Guruji would send somebody. Langar nahi to satsang, nahi to call, nahi to message. If Sati and me did not have that hope, I don't think we could have even smiled today. Or I would be a very depressed person today.
Yeah.
So we are very blessed to have Guruji in our lives.
Indeed.
You know? And Anita
He
Aunty can
is
tell you
life.
more than anybody else because she's actually supposed to be dead. Sorry.
So I agree with Bamby that he is a great source of strength. In my innocence, I asked him once, I said, Guruji, life का मतलब क्या है? He said, कुछ नहीं, time pass है, हंसते हंसते कट लो, मैं बैठा कटवाने हंसते. His exact words. So like Bambi said, he's our greatest support system. We have to go through our karmic destiny, our karmic journey, but he handholds us and takes us to where we need to be. He gives us the courage, the strength, and the wisdom to overcome every hurdle and to learn the life lessons that we need to learn. And once we've learned them, then the journey's over anyway, right?
True.
Right.
So for me, I mean, I feel my journey was, again, like Bambi said, okay, there was a lot of fears in me. So I had to overcome certain fears and to finally empower myself in many ways. Because I was a very dependent woman, emotionally dependent.
Yeah.
You know, and I think today he's shaping me to be an independent and empowered woman. And I can see that. That is one of my life lessons, besides overcoming many other fears and insecurities, which we all have. And, you know, because over and over again, I seem to attract similar situations where, you know,
Yeah.
I have not been able to draw my boundaries. And today I've
Yes.
learned to draw my boundaries.
Yes.
So that was another life lesson for me.
No, I would draw my boundaries bit too defined. I would say what I had to say. So I am being taught being polite and hearing the shit and still being polite.
No,
This
polite,
is what
but
I've
darling,
been taught. No,
polite
I
is
had my
different.
boundary, but I used to call a spade. But now it is like, okay, ji, theek hai ji. Move
Yeah,
away.
so you learn to become tactful with people. I might call a spade, but in a very polite manner.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what
not
I
everything is worth our time anyway.
Yeah,
Whether we
I
call
might call
it
it
or
a
we don't.
spade. I mean, now
It's not my job to change you.
no, also, Aarti, as you advance in years, you don't take nonsense. You kind of,
Exactly.
you
Yes.
know, you just feel this.
He doesn't deserve
I
my
don't have
time or
time
my
for
energy.
I don't have time for small talk. I don't have time for nonsense. we don't have the luxury of time. Very simple.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
think
So
you
I
become
just feel that
comfortable with certain
you
people
become
and you
comfortable.
are,
Yeah.
yeah,
You become comfortable first and foremost with yourself, I feel.
Correct.
You're comfortable in your own skin.
Mm-hmm.
And you're okay if people get you or don't get you.
Yeah.
yeah,
They
true.
either get you or they forget you. It's both are fine.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
No. The very
Yeah.
few people you care about at this point.
That is true, actually.
No, you're
All
much
right.
younger than us, so it's different.
Coming back to, I want to say, satsangs, right? What are some of the trends that you both are observing that are on an increase, and we feel like we need to alter those or stop those? Because I think satsangs have morphed into something else in today's date and age.
I
And
think
again, unki raza ke bina patta nahi hilta, but still, I think reminding people of the simplicity and how things were done back then when Guruji was in his chola is also equally imperative, and I feel like somewhat our responsibility to a certain extent. So, any thoughts there?
all yours, Anita, you know how satsang and situation with me is.
Yeah, the trends. What's trending, Anita Aunty?
Yes.
So, yeah, there's a lot trending, I guess. And we all go through phases of attending many satsangs earlier when Guruji left his body, because that was our main source of nourishment, you can say, where we sat and we remembered him, loved him, had the Langar Prasad. Back then, things were simpler.
Mm.
And then Delhi being Delhi, like Guruji said, Dilli Diwai Hasra Diye. It's all shosha, it's all ostentation, and people
Mhm.
get into this one-upmanship. And the women are dressed up like Christmas trees. They go to their lockers, get their diamonds out. So all this trend also started changing from simplicity to social. It morphed. And I think now we have the privilege of being extremely selective of where we go.
Yes.
Earlier, I was probably indiscriminately allowing myself to be in every satsang because satsang was satsang. But as life unfolded, I noticed and observed that satsangs, the essence was somehow changing. So now for me, I become very particular that I'm going for my soul. And if I'm
Right.
going for my soul, I have to be selective.
Hmm.
I'll go once a week or maybe once every fortnight, not more than that. So honestly, we are still privileged to have the real satsangs also in today's date. The others that are happening, I mean, they're happening. And what do you do and what do you say? They are, people are people. I mean, once I attended a satsang and I was absolutely appalled to see that women were exchanging money while I was sharing a satsang on the mic. So then I asked, I said, what is this money? This is our kitty satsang. I got the response. So I said, why are you, contaminating satsang with your kitty?
Right.
It's a
Right.
contamination, right? You keep your kitties
Right.
separate and you
Correct.
keep satsang, the sanctity of a satsang separate.
Right.
Apparently, things are happening like that in Delhi. But that's Delhi for you. I don't know whether it's happening anywhere else. But you
I
can't
haven't
put,
heard of a
but
kitty
I feel the
satsang.
realization, has to come from within.
Correct. Yeah.
And again, impositions don't work because impositions only make people rebellious
Bitter towards you.
and bitter
Yeah.
towards me. So we're nobody, but yet you lead by example.
Yeah.
I feel you lead by example, and you're a good example. We all are, Bambi, you, me, or whoever it may be, because we know what Guruji wanted. So as long as you lead by example and you become that model of Guruji's teachings,
Right.
right? Because at the moment, again, we can only focus on ourselves. And in the context of satsang, if I'm standing sharing, I will say it, which is diplomacy. That Guruji did not really want all this flamboyance, and he didn't want this one-upmanship. The Langar Prasad has to be simple. It is our medicine. It is not, a social menu.
Right.
So you say what you have to say tactfully in the context of sharing what Guruji's teachings are. So then it's non-offensive and it's more palatable than just, kind of,
Dropping the matter.
we are, yeah. So I guess that's how I've learned to do it.
Yeah, all makes sense. Anything to add, Bambi Aunty?
No,
Don't be diplomatic here.
No. Guruji makes sure that I don't reach a satsang, so there's no satsangs for me. I haven't gone for a satsang in I don't know how 7, 8 months. I don't know how. As much as I would love to,
Right.
something
Okay.
or the other always happens. If
Right.
nothing else, I'll fall ill. And like
Right.
full on, both ends ill, so that there's no way. So whenever satsang ka message comes, and I say, oh, satsang का मैसेज आया है, घर में टेंशन हो जाती है, कहते तो पहले ही बोल दे कि तू नहीं जाएगी, तो बैठ जाओ चुपचाप घर पे, because I get that ill. ठीक है, नहीं है, it's not meant for me, ठीक है,
It's
Right.
fine.
whatever, it's whatever Guruji wants, na. It's not that you have to be invited to a satsang by Guruji, na, at the end of the day. So,
Yeah, satsang
but
is not something that
I,
you attend. Satsang is something that you get invited to. I
yeah,
mean, he has to approve the invitation.
but Guruji is very gracious. Somehow the other Langa Prasad will also always come, so I'm blessed that way. So I cannot add to Anita because I don't have much to say.
Got it. Auntie, were you saying something, Anita Auntie? You were.
Oh, me?
Yeah, I thought you were
No,
saying
no,
something.
I was just saying that, obviously, the glory and the grace is lost when we make it into a social platform, or we, like, you open Instagram nowadays, I'm sure even Bambi's aware, you're aware. And you see AI and Guruji's talking.
Yeah,
he's
those
talking.
AI
Oh,
modulated
that
swaroops. Oh my
that
God,
was so upsetting.
that
So
is
it's
scary.
That
all
is
that can, of course, be, I would say, in a very assertive manner, it can be put a stop to. It needs to be put a stop to, in fact, because this is misguiding and misleading people. So that needs to, satsangs, however people are doing, you can't stop that. I mean, his growth is exponential today.
It's interesting you brought that up, actually, that I've been meaning to ask this question and completely, fell off my radar. So on this AI thing and people selling Guruji Swaroop and all that, somebody, in fact, asked me this question that how are you okay with buying, a Shivji ki murti and the same thing happening during Ganesh Chaturthi where, that Ganesh ji ka AI thing, I'm coming to your home. All that is very cute. But when the same thing is done for Guruji, like, why do we fret over that? Because it's only a matter of time that this generation who's actually seen Guruji is going to fade out. And then Guruji is just like Shivji or Ganpati ji. And if you're buying and selling murtis and swaroops and doing those, edited images of goddess and Lord Shiva, then what's the problem with Guruji? And I'm not sure I had quite the answer other than, saying that it hits different because I've seen Guruji.
yes,
So
exactly. It
that's
is
what I
exactly
said.
that.
Yeah. And
It
they
is
said, well, it's just a matter of time that this is going to happen. And, I'm not disagreeing with that, but what's your take on that?
It is
I,
what you're saying. At the end of the day, it is an emotional response that we
Yeah,
have
because
because
we
it
viewed him
is.
differently and
Plus,
hence,
the
yeah.
thing is that every other god that we have, all of us have worshipped, we have really read about the divinity but not actually seen.
Mm.
So when you have seen divinity, touched divinity, खुशबू divinity की ली है, अमृत प्रसाद लिया है, सचखंड का प्रसाद लिया है, when you have done that whole thing, you can't be disrespectful from inside, and so you can't accept the disrespect. This is disrespect for me. I can't accept it. I find it very. I mean, somebody made that whole statue of Guruji's. If they had made the statue and the way the lady was with the statue of Guruji was almost disrespectful.
Yeah, but to her it wasn't. To her, maybe it's love. I think the intent matters.
Remember one thing Guruji had said, कि जब मैं counter पे बैठा हूँगा, I am different. When I sit on my gaddi, I'm different.
Right.
Okay. So when Guruji used to be on the counter or going out with us or taking us out, I should say, or car drives or restaurants or whatever, it was a very different Guruji we would see.
Right. Right.
But when Guruji sat on his gaddi, he was in his avatar form. He would bring whatever Shakti it is. And that at that time, you could not go and say, hi, dude, or anything. You had to give the respect. There
Even
was
on
a
the counter,
certain
auntie could never
respect.
say hi to
या
you.
मुंह नहीं खुलता था, मुंह नहीं खुलता था.
Yeah.
कि तो हम तो सोचते थे अच्छा आज गुरुजी का मूड ठीक है कि नहीं,
Mm-hmm.
क्या बोलें कि नहीं,
Yeah. Yeah.
है ना?
True.
So we have been blessed with divinity, and this is something that when, I'm sorry, but people who have not seen it cannot understand that point. Yes, they can love, they can get, they get all the blessings. Yes, all that happens, but wo jo bhav hai na, wo I don't see. And when you go to Sai Baba's mandir, Shirdi wale, and you see that on the wall they have photographs of people who've actually met Sai Baba. Okay? Because there's a difference. I'm sorry to say, but there's a difference. I don't see that bhav. I don't think if you saw Guruji's photo lying on the side, like I went to this shop in Lajpat Nagar and they had Guruji's photo lying on the floor, and I said to him, you are selling. At least put जिसकी वजह से तुमको पैसे मिल रहे हैं उनको तो गद्दी पे तो डालो, उनके नीचे कुछ जी 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 जी. Would you do it?
No.
There's a difference
Because
in the bhav.
like I said, for us it hits different. It just does.
No,
Yeah.
it is different. I mean, I don't know. What's your take on it, Anita?
So I feel what Aarti is asking, actually, of course, our sentiments are totally different. We have the deepest reverence. But what Aarti is saying, that's us, our generation, people who met him.
Yeah.
But going forward,
Yeah.
one generation down, 2 generations down, we're not going to be around.
Oh, yeah.
You can't control this.
No.
Whatever's
Exactly.
happening.
No.
Therefore, Guruji said, कि अपना direct connection banao.
Yeah. That is
So the essence is apna connection banao. You have to feed your soul. Don't worry about feeding other people's soul. Guruji is sitting for them.
Yeah.
It's their journey.
Correct.
Focus on your journey. If I'm in a satsang, I can modulate to a certain degree. But the rest is their wisdom.
Yeah,
Their
that too
knowing.
only fast. Otherwise, I just learn to zip it and focus on my meditation. I will never open my mouth unless asked.
No. See, when I stand up and I share,
Yeah.
I will then modulate.
Yeah. That's a
Otherwise,
separate.
it's my time.
Yeah.
I will have my eyes shut. I'll be focusing on the Gurbani.
Correct. Yeah.
And now realize my own limitations. Sometimes if I go for a satsang more than once a week, say, which is very rare, but say I'm feeling that I need it, but yet I can't sit for 2 hours, I will go 1 hour later. It's not a good example to set. I'm just saying for me though, I know
Right.
that I can only sit for 1 hour. I will sit.
Right.
I will go late. I know Guruji said, give mere time say out and this and that. I do generally. But what I'm saying that if I'm not feeling well, but I still feel I need it. Like I had the viral last 2-3 weeks and I was really unwell. I knew I could not sit for 2 hours or 2.5 hours. And sometimes satsangs, sharing becomes very extended.
Right.
Like Guruji used to say, short mein sunao. But there are satsangs that carry on for 1 whole hour.
We were together last time in April. Don't you remember? There were like 5 different sharings.
And it becomes, then because we are living in an age where our attention span is very limited.
Yeah.
And that's why Guruji used to say, short mein sunao. Draw the essence. So the listener can draw the essence of your satsang. No trimmings. Just get to the point.
Right.
So very important to understand what he wants from us. In the end, he said, "मैं practical guru."
Yeah.
So practical ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚੰਗਾ ਇਨਸਾਨ ਬਣੋ, practical ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ direct connection ਬਣਾ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਕਰੋ ਚਲਦੇ ਫਿਰਦੇ ਉੱਠਦੇ ਬੈਠਦੇ ਯਾਦ ਕਰੋ ਬਸ. What the other person is doing, we cannot control, but what we are doing, we definitely have command over.
Correct.
So I think it's about your own journey. Now it's becoming too complex
Yeah.
and too complicated to be focusing on what others are doing. I think it's enough if I can just, polish my own mirror, so to speak.
Correct. I 100% agree with that.
Right? I think it's
Sometimes
enough.
people next to me are having full-blown conversations, and I just look at Guruji. I said, "Give me the strength to just focus on you. It's their journey. If it's probably they don't know any better, and it's fine." Earlier, I would get so upset and
Yeah.
actually go course correcting people. Now I've withdrawn from doing all that.
No, it doesn't ruffle
Yeah.
my feathers anymore. I'm
Yeah.
above that now.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Earlier, it would ruffle my feathers, but now no feathers are ruffled.
Yeah. I was
Just
like,
the
you do
waves
you.
that way.
Enjoy. That's your journey.
Yes, your journey. Good luck to you.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
your
Exactly.
learning.
Mm.
And even if somebody is waffling on in a satsang, then I just excuse myself that they're not getting to the point. Maybe they will tomorrow, but I've got to go now. Because, you've got to, respect yourself also, respect your time, and respect Guruji's platform.
And
when
focus on
Guruji
what
is-
matters, which is your soul and your
Focus on
journey.
your essence. Yeah, focus on what matters.
When we
It's your soul. It's all about your soul now.
Yeah. When we used to sit with Guruji in Guruji's darbar, it was all about ourselves, no?
It was all about,
Ourselves.
Ourselves,
yeah,
It was all about ourselves and Guruji, and nobody else mattered in that room.
yeah.
And that's how it used to be. And that's how
It should be even today.
Yeah, but
He said, "Na, ye classroom hai, alag class which hai sab. Koi nursery hai, koi kindergarten hai,
Kindergarten,
koi
yes.
graduate hai." It's fine. He knows.
He
It's
knows
he's the principal. He's the teacher. Let him decide.
yeah.
ये तो कहते हैं सबसे ज्यादा सुकून इस बात में है कि गुरुजी सब जानते हैं.
He knows
Huh.
everything. He's the
Really?
all-knowing power, right?
Okay,
Yes.
so let's just change the topic a bit. Once, क्या कहते हैं, there was a conversation going on in Empire State, and Guruji was inside, and Vippy uncle was sitting outside, and we were sitting outside, and Babbar uncle was there. And they were having this conversation. We both were sitting quietly because we didn't know about the people they were talking. And Vippy came out of Guruji's room saying, "Guruji ko sabka pata hai, har ek bande ka pata hai." Then he was telling Babbar uncle that bande da oh Guruji ne kaha is tarah nahi hoya si. So apparently when they went somewhere in a car together, and Babbar uncle was driving, and Vippy was driving, and Babbar uncle was there, and Guruji was sitting behind, and they both were having a conversation. Iski biwi iske sath bhagi, and this is what's happened. Can you imagine? And then Guruji said, nahi, is tarah nahi hoya, is tarah hoya hai, aur ye hoya. So when they came to Empire State, so Vippy just piped out, Guruji knows all the gossip, and Guruji popped out from behind and says, gossip nahi hai, hakikat hai, main sare aata sab kuch janda. So for Guruji, yes, Guruji knows everything, and there is
He
no
knows
gossip for him.
everything. He's
but factual.
all-knowing.
He is all-knowing.
So why stress, right?
Yes.
And we're too blessed to be stressed. I always say, focus on yourself, focus on your journey. It's enough. There's a lot of hard work to do on ourselves.
Yeah. We're also mere mortals.
We're also
And
work in progress, right?
we're
are
working
working
as
through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're also work
It's
in
not that
progress.
any of us are perfect, Aarti. Every day is
Far
like
from it.
trying to
Far
put
from
yourself
it.
trying to put yourself back to the path, but trying to put yourself back to the path. Every day is
Bamby,
like
you won't believe it. Bamby, I have to share. When the fire happened,
Huh.
my maid came up and she was all ruffled and her hair was all over the place. I was sitting the way I'm sitting just now, cool as a cucumber. Even look like a cucumber today.
I was just going to say that in dreams.
But sitting
today's-
cool as a
today's colour
cucumber,
is green,
I
by the way.
swear, cool as a cucumber.
Huh.
And I was just saying, Guruji, बहुत बड़ा कष्ट आपने छोटे में काट दिया. This is how we reframe our thinking.
Yeah.
Aarti, you've got your message now. This is how we reframe every negative into positive. कि Guruji आपने छोटे में काट दिया. Because the way the electrician was explaining, had this happened in the night, the whole building would have been ablaze, and you would have all died. Imagine.
Wow.
Because it was a big short circuit, and one thing leads to another, as you know, in electricity. And, had it hit the wooden panel, we would have all been gone. So, it's like I'm sitting coolly and she's really ruffled up. And this is how Guruji keeps us completely in equanimity. The things are happening, the storm is happening around us because we know he's our shelter. He's protecting us.
That's beautifully put.
That strength comes from him. I
And that
always
strength,
want
courage, wisdom.
शुक्राने जोगा रखी गुरुजी जितने थप्पड़ पड़वा दो शुक्राने की
But
strength में
चढ़ना विच रखी गुरुजी,
Yeah,
चढ़ना
yeah.
विच.
Sarnavich, yes.
just gratitude कि हम जैसा
Very
मर्जी
sweet.
चला जाए end of the day हमारे मुंह से बस एक ही निकले शुक्र है.
Shukrana.
That's
Shuk-
it.
That is the
So
main essence of it.
anything else that's top of mind for you both?
Anything else,
That's top of mind for you both.
Bamby?
Oh, I can tell you how Anita used to trouble Guruji.
Okay, that will be quite humorous.
Please do.
Oh, once Guruji decided the colors of the day, and we all were there, and Guruji named all the colors of the day. Late comes Anita, and she walks in and she says, "Oh," I said, "Anita, Guruji's told us the colors of the day. These are the colors of the day." He said, "Oh, yeah." He says, "No, but what about green and pink?" I said, "Well, Guruji didn't mention any green and pink." No, 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 no. I have to go and talk to him. And she just barges into Guruji's room. Guruji, Guruji. At that time, when she gets frustrated or hyper, she'll go in a high pitched note. Guruji, Guruji. And Guruji's sitting. I said, I like this color. I like this color. Acha, pa lahi na? Is then pa lahi? Is this kare? And she has her whole conversation. She comes down and I'm sure Guruji must have got, oh God, she's come and she's gone. But it was so cute.
That is so cute.
So she was such a chatterbox. Because of her, I used to get scolded so many times. Yeah.
I was like a butterfly. I can't even imagine myself now. I've become so stiff. But I used to be like a butterfly, floating around Guruji, chatting with him about everything. If I
Yeah.
heard some gossip, I would just tell him, "Ki Guruji
Can you
ne
imagine?
kiya."
I mean, on the face. I mean, she's asked Guruji on the
I had
face
no
things that I
filter.
could never think of asking.
I had no filter.
No.
Somebody said something to me about Guruji. I said, "Guruji, उसने आपके बारे में ये बोला." Guruji started laughing. He said, "अच्छा, और की किया उन्होंने?" So it was like, I had no filter. I didn't know.
But I think you have a beautiful relationship with Guruji where he actually allowed you to be that butterfly
Yeah, I
and
was just
be,
going to say that. You
open
wouldn't
and
have
get
been the
everything that
butterfly
is
without his
inside you
approval.
out.
I didn't have a formal relationship, Bambi. Remember, it was just a very casual,
Yeah.
informal, and very transparent relationship, which today is there. So therefore, I guess, like you said, when कि मैं थोड़े वहम और अहम दूर करन आया. So I had no vehem because I was not raised in a ritualistic manner. I had no ritualism. So
Right.
for me, it was a very practical, so I could relate better. When he said, "Na changa insan bane da bas," I said, "Oh, that sounds easy." Didn't realize how difficult it is, but it sounds easy. That I don't have to at least perform any rituals, because I was a very non-ritualistic person, and therefore it was a very direct, simple communication and connection with Guruji.
And mine was entirely different. All of the rituals that I have as a Siddharni were put aside. All new things were taught to me.
Well, you had to unlearn
entirely-
before you relearn, right? You had to unlearn before you.
Yeah. So I had to, I was made to, like, you had a very different upbringing with Guruji. I had a very different upbringing with Guruji. I was taught इस तरह करना है, इस तरह बोलना है, इस तरह पाठ करना है, इस तरह बैठना है. This is what I like. This is what I. So your and mine upbringing with Guruji is entirely different.
Yeah, very different.
But in the end, we are coming to the same point.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We love
Absolutely.
him. We revere him. We breathe him. He's our oxygen. Like
You're
I
true.
said, like you said also earlier, that he's of course he's rewritten our destiny, like you said very accurately at the beginning, that I had no life. So this life is his.
True.
And therefore the seva he's given me, I've taken it very seriously on board. When he said to satsang karta kar, I made it my sense of purpose in life, whereas I had no purpose in life. So I feel he's given me an identity and he's given me a sense of purpose. Bambi, you knew how shattered I was. I was on ground zero. So that's what he does, right? He makes you from zero to hero, all of us.
Yours
Each
too.
one of us. He raises
Yeah.
us on on a
Aarti, yours
pedestal. He
too.
loves us. He gives us
You,
so much more than we can fathom or
you were,
contain.
no, she was a baby when she came. I
I
mean,
was
she
a
wasn't
baby.
even married. Her father was like trying that the elder sister also doesn't get married because Guruji wanted her to get married at that point.
Yeah, I was a student. I was a
You were a
lost pup,
student.
a blank slate. I still am.
No, I
But
think
I
we
feel
all
like I
have.
walk on water because of my guru. That's how I feel.
Yes,
That is
yes.
true. That's with all of us.
And I
Yeah.
woke on air. And like you said, tu hawa vich reh. And and my time baduna. And I actually feel, main teri patang. Because he never keeps you in one place. I'm traveling, God bless, to do satsangs. And I truly believe that's what gives me energy. That's what's keeping my car going. It's a fuel.
Yeah, and I think I just feel like the three souls here, we are crazy to the next level because
Oh,
I'm thinking about Guruji when I'm in the bathroom. I'm thinking about Guruji when I'm having my intimate moments. Like Guruji is top of mind 24/7.
yeah,
That's
but
how it is.
then,
I don't do any separate part puja. I start
No,
my day with
same.
him. I end my day with him. It is him.
Absolutely.
He is life. That's what I always.
Absolutely.
He's not a
He's
part of
enough.
my life. He is life.
he is
That's
like,
what.
that is true.
And that's why it's so practical. Last night I was switched on this movie, The Materialists. You must have heard of it. It's
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Netflix. Must watch. So when I was watching, I got emotional and started crying. I said, Guruji, kitna sad scene hai. Like as if Guruji is sitting next to me and he's watching with me. It's like crazy. I said, oh my God, we
Yesterday
went.
night, I was watching Sayara and I was also bawling throughout the movie. I said, what kind of a movie is that? Rula ke bura haal ho gaya.
I don't watch any sad movies. I had to tell
No,
Sally
no,
before.
these are
In fact, he's a movie
romantic.
buff. I said, no, no sad
No,
movies.
it's a
English
romantic
movies.
movie, but
No, no,
that
Bambi,
is
these
what.
are romantic movies which you got emotional about.
No,
Not
the,
sad movies. These are
no, no sad.
romantic. But
Yeah.
I cry at the drop of a hat anyway. I mean, even if it's slight romance, even if he says, I love you, I'll start crying. And, that's.
That's so sweet.
So cute.
We love you, Guruji. All
Yeah,
right.
No, it is
it's
the
been
essence of
fun.
Guruji that drives each one of us, and that's
As
beautiful.
always.
And like Anita, you said you are bobbing all around the world, and he's tied me to my house properly. This is how different we all are.
Yeah.
Everyone's
All
journey is very
is, yeah,
individual,
it is
Bambi.
very different. It is very different for each one.
Therefore,
You know,
he said,
somebody
Apna connection, direct connection.
somebody asked me, तो आपको 12 साल गुरुजी ने कहीं जाने नहीं दिया, तो आपको कैसा लगा? I said, I swear to you, it is more peaceful than meeting people. Initially, you feel the brunt of it. You feel left out. You feel FOMO. Let's just put it that way. But now that I am interacting with Sangat a bit, I feel no. That was a better time.
Ah.
That was
There's a new fear that's come up. Fear of being included now. I have fear of that.
so yeah. It is
Good
अब
one,
मेरे
Bambi.
को
Good
टेंशन
one.
होती है जब मेरे को जाना होता है अब मेरे को
You
टेंशन
always
होती
said I'm the cheeky one. I think you're very cheeky.
है me no I'm
Yeah.
talking factual
Right.
that's the different ways he's brought up all of us even you've seen Aarti, she's grown up and she's taking care of so many things, doing her satsangs back to back, and I mean how many people tell me how much they love both of you.
Oh,
It's amazing.
Same.
but they love you too. I mean, I've heard so many
Same.
good things
Yeah.
about you, Bambi.
Yeah.
You know
And
what
don't
else
forget,
is?
you're the one who introduced me to Guruji. So it's
No,
we
let's
have a
just
very strong, deep bond.
that is true.
So many people ask me for your number. अब तो next episode में आपका cell phone number मैं publish करने वाली हूँ. Don't bother me. Please reach out to her directly.
Cute.
You know what I have found when talking about satsangs is that the satsangs that are held, like I know Aisha was in Perth in Australia, and the satsang they have online, you can see it sometimes, is so like the satsangs we used to have. The satsangs in, I think, Norway, those are also amazing. I mean, there's certain areas I feel the satsangs are actually serious, quiet, done like we used to have
Guruji
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bambi, satsangs abroad. Like I've just been to Netherlands, and Luxembourg and all. Satsangs are so soulful. I can't even tell you. They are the way they're meant to be, and the sangat is so disciplined.
That's
Like
what I
Guruji
mean.
used to say, na
Yes.
maryada.
Yes,
So they
Maryada.
happen with the maryada. and
Wow.
they are in awe of Guruji. They have reverence. They don't speak to each other. So that's why I love going for satsangs and sharing satsangs abroad, because they are the true satsangs. Then I come back to Delhi, then I have to be very selective because I go for me. I don't even like, I don't really enjoy sharing here because it's a different dynamic here. And probably they've heard my satsangs a million times. But when I go abroad, it's a different energy. It reminds me, transports me back to Guruji's time in Chota Mahal.
Yeah, that's what I felt.
That's why
That's
you
what I
need to come
felt.
to New Jersey again.
Yeah.
both of you.
That's what I felt. That is the beauty of
Awesome. This
satsang.
has
That's what,
been
how
great.
satsang should be. But God knows how it's going to be.
Yeah, but it's good. We're blessed, like you said. I mean, I can't even imagine, sitting calmly when there's a fire in my house. I would have been all over the place. So this is Guruji keeping us centered,
Yeah.
keeping us, calm, composed. It's so
Made your
amazing.
inner very peaceful now.
In a very peaceful way. Sukoon,
Yes.
total sukoon. No matter what, Guruji, I know you're here. So, never fear, Guruji is here. So
Yes.
it's so comforting, right? He's such a huge blessing that
And
we
all
are.
and all.
It's unquantifiable.
Yeah.
So always
Well,
know. I think the last word for me is, it's a reminder. Even if you're going through a storm, just know and remind yourself that Guruji's here. He knows what's going on. He knows what's going on in your life, and he knows. And it's like when things seem like they're falling apart, they're actually falling into place. So be patient, like you said, Aarti. Shukr kar de jao, sabr karo, and zikr karo. So shukr karo, because things could have been worse. Zikr karo, matlab yaad karo unko,
याद करो. Mhm.
right? And sabr rakho. Patience rakho, because it's his timing on everything. It's his timing and nobody else's.
Shraddha and saburi.
Yeah.
Awesome.
There's never a final word with him because words fall short. But
Yeah.
he is beyond the
Let
realm
the
of
time
words.
go. Like I was supposed to wrap this up at 1. It's
I know
1:30.
you said.
Yeah,
And I
it's
said,
just
oh, okay, Aarti, fine.
it's so
You're good
nice
with your timing.
chatting. Yes, yes.
So
So this is really,
let's-
really beautiful
let's
and
just
enjoyable.
say that we should do Shukrana, that where we are is where Guruji wants us to be. Where we are is because Guruji knows that this is where we are safe. Where we are is because Guruji wants us to learn from that experience. And where we are is where we will grow. And like Guruji said, do not let sorrow affect you, because do not let it break you, because I'm always there to pull you out of it. These are his true words. So with that, we can say Shukrana to Guruji.
Sarbat da bhala,
Sarbat
auqat
Sarbat da
hai.
bana.
Yes.
Shukrana. Sarbat da bana.
Yes.
Jai
Let
Guru.
there be let peace prevail, really.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
both.
you.
Thank
Jai Guru.
you.